So I'm going to start it here. Let me just make myself bigger. Okay. So this isn't technically a full pre-treatment. As you can see behind me, that's a carport, and it's not all exposed. Some of the wood is still covered by stucco and brick and wood siding. So this is a remodel, and the homeowner contacted us because he saw termites. Once they take the drywall down, he started seeing droppings in a few different areas with termites. And so what he had me come by, and then I suggested, hey, we could fumigate, right? That is an option, but we'd want to wait till you completely are done with your remodel. All the wood's inside, everything's done, the roof is done, insulation, drywall, and then we'll come in and tent it before you move in. So that's one option. The next option, which I presented to him, was to do a pre-treatment or a Bora-Care treatment, which you can see me doing right now. And what this does is allows for all the wood that's exposed to be treated, and so it'll kill any termites that are in the wood currently, and then any termites that try to attack the wood in the future will die, and there won't be any termite issues going forward on the wood that we treat, right? So it's not just it doesn't protect the whole house, because we're not able to spray every single piece of wood. So you can see me trying to get behind this piece that was stuck behind. So sorry, let me just move this. So, and he elected to do this treatment because as a homeowner, I think he knew that it made more sense to do a Bora-Care job because so much of the house is exposed. This is the back side of the house, and there's so much wood here that we can treat that will prevent any issues in the future. Yes, there's going to be certain areas of the house that we weren't able to spray, and there could be termite issues there in the future. But if that does happen, hopefully we can just spot treat that area, or we could do a heat treatment just in that room or that area specifically, and deal with it then, and not do a full house fumigation. And so you can see me right here. I'm focusing on the foundation wall where it connects with the wood. I want to make sure that I get Bora-Care in that area because it'll prevent subterranean termites from coming up that concrete up to the wood, which is important. So yeah, this is this is a job that for us it's good. We're happy to do it because there's so much wood exposed, and we can do a full treatment. But it kind of leaves some gray area in the future having termite issues, and did we spray that piece or didn't. And so that's one of the reasons why I filmed these, is so I have evidence of what I treated and what I didn't treat. So if there's any issues in the future, I can reference this and say, hey, this was an area that I didn't treat, so it's going to be an additional treatment to take care of the problem. But hopefully that we don't run into any of those issues. I would say we were able to spray 85 to 90% of the house with Bora-Care. And right now I'm on the side of the house. I'm able to, thankfully none of the doors and windows were installed yet, so that gives me more access to wood around the house so that I can spray more and not have to worry about getting overspray on windows and doors and things like that, and I can see more wood. So yeah, I'm concentrating on the wood. Let's skip ahead here. So now I'm inside. I believe this is the living room of the back side of the house. So I'm making sure I get the ceiling joists and studs, headers. We want to get the main pieces of wood. That's what we're trying to hit. We're focusing on. The plywood walls is not as important. There's not as much cellulose food in there for termites, so it's not as important to hit those areas. But we still we'll hit it if we have enough of the Bora-Care available. We'll go back and hit it, but mainly important to hit the solid pieces of wood, the joists, studs, beams, headers, blocking, plates, all of those pieces. So this is another part of the living space. Okay, spray that. Let's see, let's fast forward. This is a little closet, I believe. Making sure I get every square inch with Bora-Care. So yeah, this homeowner, I think, made the right decision. I didn't try to sell him on either, treatment option. We could do either. It's really up to him and what he is comfortable doing. And the price is, it's actually more expensive to fumigate than it is for us to do this kind of treatment, which is interesting. I think most homeowners would probably be surprised about that. So if you wanted to, like, for example, this house, a little bit over 3,000 square feet, 2 stories. A fumigation job on this house would probably be close to $5,000 to fumigate it, whereas we can do this job for under 3,000, and it lasts for 30 years. The pre-treatment. The reason for the cost, well, one, it only takes us a few hours. This house, I think, took us about 2.5, 3 hours to complete. I had one guy working on the job. You just saw him there, Christian. And I think the cost of the chemical is less. So, and we're not subcontracting out. So when we fumigate, we're subcontracting a fumigation company to come do the work. And it's expensive for the gas, for the Viking gas. It's not cheap. And so with this Bora-Care, I mean, it is expensive. It's about $100 per gallon for Bora-Care. And so we're using, I think we use about 5 or 6 gallons on this house. So it's not a huge profit, but it's easy work, and we can do it on a Saturday morning, be done by 12, and we're out of there. And they won't even notice that we were there. So we can do it on their schedule and get in and get out. And so when people are debating, should we fumigate or should we do a Bora-Care treatment on this, there's pros and cons to both, right? The pros of fumigating is you're guaranteeing everything underneath the tent will be killed by the gas, all the termites. So there's certain walls here, there's certain pieces of wood that we can't spray. It's just not possible. And on the outside of the house, there's some wood that's not exposed. So we're not guaranteeing we're getting to everything. But the cons of fumigating is there's no prevention, right? You're only killing what's inside, and then once they take the tent down, that's it. Termites can come right back in and set up new colonies. Whereas with Bora-Care, there's long-lasting preventative qualities to it, where the wood that's been treated with a Bora-Care is not going to allow termites to eat that wood, right? They're going to die out. They're not going to be able to survive if there's Bora-Care inside of the wood. So you have that long-lasting benefit, but it's not going to be in every single piece of wood. And so I think they made the right decision, because so much of the wood is exposed. You might as well do this, and then if you have issues in different areas later on, we can address that later. But I think still they're saving money by doing this, and it's easier and cost effective. Maybe I would suggest something else if it was a different situation. If they didn't have as much wood exposed, I might have suggested, hey, just wait till you're done and then fumigate and be done with it, and not have to worry for another 5-6 years before you have to do another treatment. But the other benefit, not the benefit, but the crucial thing with doing a pre-treatment like this with Bora-Care is there's a small window when we can do it, right? They were about to put up insulation next week, so we had to come in before that happens. So there's a window of when you can do this type of treatment, and And fortunately, I was brought in at the right time, because if he brought me in, a week later, we wouldn't be able to do this. So that's something to keep note of. So you can see Christian there. So yeah, that's the video of us doing a Bora-Care job on a remodel, not necessarily a new construction. That's going to be in another video coming up soon. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, if you're a contractor or developer and you have questions about doing a Bora-Care treatment on one of your projects, or if you're a homeowner and you're building a home or doing a large remodel project like this one, give us a call, 323-954-4900, or go to toptermiteco.com. We're happy to speak with you and educate you and answer any questions about doing a pre-treatment. It's fairly seamless, fairly simple, it's cost effective, and we can get it done quick. We can do it on the weekends, so we stay out of the way of your schedule. And the benefits are insane. I mean, you're getting 30 years of protection from not just termites, drywood termites, subterranean termites, but also from fungus rot, right? You're not going to have to deal with wood repairs for a long time, which is another added bonus. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.